What's going on, people? In this video I'll be telling you about shower and sleeping caps when it comes to freeform dreadlocks. So the first thing, I'm gonna tell you why I don't use them. So I don't use a shower cap because I don't have a shower. It's not really useful for me at the moment. I know as my hair gets longer I'm gonna need it, but yeah, I don't have a shower. I have a tub in this apartment that I live in. And I don't use a sleeping cap because freeform means, bro, freeform. So when you try, as soon as you start wearing these sleeping caps, they probably have benefits. I don't know, maybe. But for me, I find that when you start doing stuff like that, I imagine that it would affect your hair growth in some way, because if you're tying up your hair, you're pressing it down as you go to rest. When you wake up, your hair is probably gonna be flat because it's tied up. Who knows? Maybe it's not flat. Maybe it's flat. Who knows? Maybe that's just the superstition that I have. So I'm gonna tell you when to use a sleeping cap if you would like to use a sleeping cap, because what happens is that when you don't use a sleeping cap most of the time, but I feel like this happens whether you use a sleeping cap or not. Using a sleeping cap is probably gonna make it even more. So what happens when you sleep, if you're a regular human being, your dreadlocks are gonna be flat, depending on the side that you sleep on the most. For me, I sleep facing up most of the time. I also sleep with my side, but it's mostly facing up. So if you can look behind my head, I don't think that's possible. Like, look at this dreadlock here. That dreadlock is flat. And when you sleep on your head, side of your head, whatever, the dreadlock gets flat. If you look at this one, it is round compared to this one on the side here. This is generally flat. That's because I sleep on my back and also my side. So what happens if you're a regular human being? So I doubt it doesn't happen when you have a sleeping cap, because it's the same thing. It probably gets even more flat because your hair is tied up down. And another thing that I could say maybe helps if you wear a sleeping cap is your hair. What happens is that when you sleep, it gets messed up, especially at the beginning stages when you have dreadlocks. Because at this stage, I can sleep without a cap and I could wake up and the side of my head will be like this, side like this. But I just do that, then it goes back to its state because the hair is long. But at the beginning of growing your freeform dreadlocks, what happens is that when you sleep without a sleeping cap, it manipulates your head. Like I said, one side is gonna be facing up, another one facing down. So a sleeping cap keeps it down so that it doesn't get manipulated as much, which helps with getting congos or just keeping your hair out of manipulation. The only reason why you wouldn't want to manipulate your hair is because you want congos. You want your hair to get thicker and you want it to grow together instead of separating it so that it grows individually. You don't want that. You want it to grow together so that it gets thicker. That's what I'm hoping you want. I guess it's subjective. Other people probably want small dreadlocks, those noodle dreadlocks. It looks corny to me, but hey man, you do you. So another thing that could probably help if you wear a sleeping cap is that the oils, whether you use hair food or whatever, or just natural oils that you have on your scalp because you sweat and it gets released naturally. So it could help your pillow, because you could get your pillow oily because of your head. So a sleeping cap could help with that too. For me, since I don't wear a sleeping cap, I use a towel. So I have a towel that I put on top of my pillow. That's meant for that, to prevent the pillow from getting oily or having oil grease on it. So as for the shower cap is important too if you have a shower, but also if you have just regular dreadlocks like this, because when I take a bath, the hair gets wet around here because it's long at the moment. So it gets wet easily. But I'm kind of like stubborn. I don't really have a reason why I don't wear it. I know I should be wearing it, but then I just figured that I'll just wait until they are long enough to a point where I can use a hairband to tie it up when I'm bathing. But when I get a new place that has a shower, of course I'm gonna need to have a shower cap. But at the moment, I'm not in need of a shower cap, but I see the benefit of a shower cap. Another thing that happens when you don't have a shower cap, especially when your hair is this long, what happens is that when you bath, when you're scrubbing your face, I use a cloth to wash my body. So when you're scrubbing your face, you tend to manipulate these dreadlocks here on top, and what that leads to is hair breakage. And hair breakage is really heartbreaking because it's like losing a child, bro. It's like one of your dreadlocks getting plucked out. It's like losing a feather, a stripe, or whatever. So here's an example. If you can look at this dreadlock here, can you see how thin it is at the root? It just might snap anytime. That's because it gets manipulated easily when it's not tied up, or I have a shower cap that's gonna prevent me from getting contact with it. So also stubborn, no reason. I figured that if it's gonna get manipulated, so what? It's like it's part of the process of Freeform dreadlocks. It's part of the shaping of it, because all these natural things that occur of me touching it when I'm bathing, it affects how it looks in the overall. And I think that's what makes it unique, because you don't want your hair looking too symmetric. You don't want it looking perfect. You want it to be imperfect. That's why you are watching this video, I'm guessing. Okay, let's see another point here. Like I said, eventually I'm gonna buy those things that are required, like a shower cap and a sleeping cap. But the sleeping cap, I don't think I'll ever buy that, because I mean, at this point, whether or not you wear a sleeping cap, your hair is gonna get flat at some point, or depending on your sleeping position. So a sleeping cap, I don't see a reason for it. Probably when the hair is longer, but then I could just tie it up. I don't know, probably in the future I'll need it. As for the shower cap, for surely I'm gonna need it, but I'm just focused on just letting my hair be, bro. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just trying to let it be. Just trying to let it be. Okay, I'm thinking about something, bro. I mentioned that I don't believe in role models in the previous video. So by that, I meant that I don't believe in role models because humans are capable of change. The person that you were last week and today is not the same person. You're gonna keep growing. Other people grow forward. they move forward. Other people, they grow backwards. So if now I look up to this person, right, and this person is growing backwards, now that affects me, because now I'm taking that in as what I should be doing. Another thing is that if I'm looking up to this person, kind of like a savior, when this person is gone, who's gonna be my role model now? So now I'm gonna be lost because I'm depending on this person to be my crutch, essentially, or the person that's leading me. And it's important that you lead yourself, bro, because I'm not saying you shouldn't be inspired and get lessons from different regions, religions, whatever, but it's important to lead yourself, because the only person who has your best interest is you. Nobody knows the stuff that you think about, half the things that you think of. Nobody knows why you want the things that you want. So I feel like only you have your best interest. So it's best to follow yourself, because following people is wrong, bro. Because people are gonna lead you off the cliff, not because they hate you or because they are bad people, or it's just because of their own actions. And when you're just getting the repercussions or the rippling effects of following them, so it's better to just follow yourself. You don't want to follow people, dog. They're gonna lead you off a cliff. And the problem with following people is that people that follow each other, they are clones. They don't have individualism. Is that even a word? They are not individuals, bro. You have to be an individual first before you can hang out with people. Because now, if you can't even make your own decisions, you're gonna do anything they say you should do. If 1,000 people say, let's go and kill this person, and when you just follow people, you're gonna go and kill this person. You gotta be able to make your own decisions, because only you have your best interest. So that's why I don't believe in role models. Yeah, but my mother's my superhero though. Yeah. Peace and love to the mothers, bro.